Hey guys, welcome back to Honey Money SG, and this is the next episode of Talking to Myself. So today we are going to talk about freedom, right? So just different types of freedom and just give my perspective of how all these freedom work out together. Okay, so you understand that freedom actually means different things to different people depending on their perspective, right? And for the first type of freedom, I'm just going to talk about the most popular one when you're reading such finance journals, and that's financial freedom. So financial freedom is actually a very simple concept, right? It means that you have enough wealth or you have built enough cash flows generator that could ensure that you will not run out of money while sustaining the lifestyle that you aspire to lead in your retirement years. And most likely financial freedom is the most important aspect of anyone that's watching this channel, because they want to be rich, whether through stocks investing, property investing, or even cryptocurrency and NFTs, right? To be the future millionaires of the universe. And the concept of financial freedom is kind of popular because we have seen our older parents really work through their lives trying to bring in the money and actually put food on the table. So we have this concept whereby when we grew up, we just want to take care of our finances well enough so that we could also help our parents lead a better life, both financially and spiritually. And most of the financial freedom is actually achieved through investing. So if you have not invested yet, most likely you won't reach that financial freedom level. And in the investing arm, there's actually different types of investing, right? Like growth investing, index investing, and even dividend investing. Now, if you're looking at just dividend investing, it means that when you've invested in these companies which are paying dividends, these dividends, which comes in the form of cash flow, will actually sustain your daily or monthly lifestyle, such that you don't have to sell away your investments in order to get cash to sustain your lifestyle. And when we are talking about growth investing or index ETF investing, right, it means that we will sell off a little portion of that invested amount every year, or we usually call it the 4% safe withdrawal rule, right? Because this is the safe withdrawal rate after adjusting for inflation. So once we sold away that amount, then we have the cash that we can use it to pay our daily bills. So that's just financial freedom for you, right? It means not having to worry about cash flows because you have abundant resources and wealth to sustain the life that you want to lead. But I'm not going to focus on financial freedom in this video because I think there are other more important aspects of freedom. And the next one I'm going to talk about is time freedom. Now, to put it simply, time freedom is having the luxury to do things whenever you want, regardless of what time it is, right? So it means you don't have to wake up to an alarm clock every day because you know that you have enough time. Now, this will hit harder for those people in their old age, right? Because they really do not have time freedom anymore. As they are aging, they have less time to actually live in this earth, and there are a lot of things that they may not have accomplished in their life. Now, take it from another point of view, when you were a kid, you actually have an abundance of time freedom because you have so much time to do what you want without having a worry on finances, right? Because you're not an adult and you don't have responsibilities or dependents to take care of, unless you're talking about your parents limiting your playtime, whether on video games or toys, right? So the younger you are, the more time freedom you have. But time freedom does not stop there. You see, self-employed people actually have more time freedom than those fully employed full-time staff, because as a self-employed, you can choose when to work and when not to work, right? You could take on project assignments, you could take on contract jobs when you are available, and you don't have to follow a fixed schedule every day from 9 to 5 listening to your boss at your corporate job. So that's just some time freedom example for you. And no matter how much you really love your job, if you actually need to seek approval to take annual leave or time bank off to go for a vacation, then you absolutely do not have time freedom on your hand. So are we clear on time freedom? Which is having the luxury to do things whenever you want without affecting other people's lives. Okay, next let's talk about space freedom, right? So space freedom is kind of dictated by the location. So you can be wherever you want to be without interrupting or disrupting other people's lives. So I put it in a very simple example, like when you are a student on school holiday and you have no responsibilities of completing your school exam anymore because you have just completed it, right? And you're now on holiday. That means your parents most likely will allow you to go wherever you want. You want to go to the shopping mall, you want to watch movie with your friends, you want to hang out at your friend's place. You have the freedom. You can be wherever you want to be. And to put it in adult sense, kind of like a digital nomad, right? If you can actually work from home or work remote, then you can actually work from any country or any city in this world, because your effort of your contribution will not be limited by your location. I think this is getting more and more prevalent in the gig economy, right? Especially on those platforms like Fiverr. Yeah, so with the rise of gig economy, if you could actually deliver results online other than face to face, then you can achieve a slight opportunity of space freedom, right? You just have to discuss with your boss, hey boss, I just want to do some remote working over this 1 month at my parents' place, which is maybe really far abroad. And your boss says, okay, as long as you deliver the results, then I think that's a win for you. Or if you are an online content creator, right, or you're a social media personality, then you could possibly work anywhere in the world, right? Because all you need is just a good computer, a good laptop, a quiet working environment, and good internet connectivity. That is good enough for you to work and deliver results. So who doesn't have space freedom? Most likely is your full-time employees employed to a corporate job, right? Especially for our frontline workers in the healthcare sector, right? They have totally no location or space freedom. So for all of us other folks who could work from home, I think you have achieved a certain level of space freedom, especially during this pandemic. And think about it, right? Even if you could work remote, would your boss actually allow you to work remote or work from home? Or are they just limiting your space freedom and are just micromanaging you at the office? Something to think about, huh? Okay, with that, let me go on to my last aspect of freedom, and that is health freedom. So health freedom, simply put, is being in the pink of health because you are not at risk to any health conditions because of your healthy lifestyle and habits. And that's why you build a strong immune system and you do not have any underlying medical conditions that may restrict you to go to a place that you want to be or at a certain point in time, or even having enough money to spend. So health freedom is actually something higher level than the first 3 levels of freedom that we talk about, right? Because we always talk about health is wealth. If you have all the wealth in the world, having the financial freedom, having the time in the world, and being wherever you want to be in terms of space, but if you do not have health, then all these 3 types of freedom will fail because you will never get to enjoy them. Of course, health freedom is kind of closely linked to time freedom, right? Because the better health you have, the longer the time that you can stay on this earth and enjoy all the great things. But once you actually get into poor health, then the less time you may have staying in this world and enjoying all the stuff. So health freedom, without a doubt, is the most important freedom out of all these 4 types of freedom that I actually talk about. Because imagine if you have the financial freedom, you have time freedom, you have space freedom, which means you could travel the world already, right? But you don't have the health, then you probably won't be motivated to do the things that you want to do in retirement anymore. Because you need to take care of your health first, right? And you most likely be lying in the hospital bed. So really don't focus too much on the other aspects of freedom and then neglecting your own health. And not only physical health, right? Mental health is especially important as well, because if you are stressed and you actually go into depression, no one could really help you in that poor mental state. Only you can really help yourself and walk out of this depression mode. So think about it, when you're young, really treasure your health and build your mental resilience so that you can achieve health freedom later on. Now with all these 4 types of freedom, then you will come to this nirvana of freedom. And at this level, it can be summarized into just 4 letters, which is DGAF. Now if you don't know what is DGAF, I just give you a hint. Don't give a F, you all can go and guess it yourself. Okay, so why this DGAF level is the highest level of freedom, right? It's because you just don't care about anything. You are late for work, DGAF. Somebody made a hate comment about you, DGAF. Your boss asks you to come back to work because it's a peak period, DGAF. You could eat whatever you want without getting fat or medical diseases, DGAF. So you see, this example is actually very apt, right? Because if you DGAF to everything, it means you have enough financial freedom, time freedom, space freedom, and health freedom to DGAF about anything, because you could do anything you want and not have any consequences towards your freedom or compromising your lifestyle. So I hope that one day, all of you watching this would achieve the level of DGAF freedom. And when you have achieved this level, when anyone asks you any question or question what you are doing, then you could say IDGAF, and probably the I stands for Ikigai. Maybe next time we can talk more about Ikigai. So comment down below if you want me to talk more about Ikigai and what you think about all these levels of freedom that I have discussed in this Talking to Myself video. And if you have found value, remember to give a like at the bottom of the video. Just takes 1 second of your time and join our Telegram group at Honey Money SG. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.